I live in a quiet suburban neighborhood in Oregon. Tree-lined streets, friendly neighbors, families walking dogs. It's pretty uneventful, and that's the way I like it. But ever since last October, I don't trust quiet anymore. I live in a modest two-bedroom house, with a narrow driveway and a porch that faces another home directly across the street. That house, number 27, used to be owned by this older couple, the Vargases. Sweet people, they kept to themselves, but I'd wave every time I saw them pulling weeds or loading groceries. Then one day they were just gone. I found out from another neighbor that they'd both passed away only weeks apart. Natural causes, nothing dramatic. Their kids lived out of state and didn't want the house, so it sat empty. That's when the weirdness started. For weeks, nothing happened. The lawn grew wild, the mailbox filled up. A real estate sign went up. It was just another empty home. But one night, around 3 a.m., I got up to grab some water and noticed something strange. The upstairs bedroom light was on. I remember standing there at the kitchen sink, looking through the window, thinking maybe someone had finally moved in. But the real estate sign was still there. No moving truck, no new cars. And the light, it was that old yellow glow, like the kind you'd get from incandescent bulbs, not the kind you'd expect from a modern tenant. I watched for a minute, no movement. Eventually, I shrugged it off and went back to bed. But then it happened again the next night, and the next. Always around 3 a.m., always the same light, always in the same window. I finally walked over during the day to take a closer look. The grass was knee-high, flyers stuffed in the screen door, no footprints on the path. I cupped my hands to the glass and peeked inside. Everything was exactly how the Vargases had left it. Furniture covered in sheets, dusty picture frames, cobwebs in the corners. Definitely still vacant. I checked the real estate listing later that night. Still active, marked as unoccupied. So who the hell was turning on the light? By the end of the week, I'd gotten maybe 3 hours of sleep total. I started keeping a log on my phone every night. October 17th, 3:03 a.m. Light on, no movement. Stayed on for 17 minutes. October 18th, 2:58 a.m. Light flicked on, then off, then on again, like Morse code. October 19th, 3:01 a.m. Light on, shadow moved across the room. That last entry was when I started to lose it. The shadow wasn't shaped like a person. It was taller, thinner, and it moved too fast, like it twitched from one side of the room to the other. I know how that sounds. I even started questioning myself. Was I just overtired? Seeing things? I almost convinced myself of that until I heard the knocking. That night at around 3:15 a.m., there was a soft knock at my door. I froze. It was that kind of knock that's polite, but just too slow. 1, 2, 3 taps. I didn't move. I just stood in the hallway, staring at the door. Then it knocked again. I tiptoed to the window and pulled the curtain just enough to see. There was no one on the porch, but across the street, the light in the bedroom was off. The first time in days. I finally called the non-emergency police line. An officer came by the next afternoon and did a full perimeter check. Found no signs of forced entry. The front and back doors were locked. He even got in touch with the property manager. She swore the house had not been accessed in months. The power was supposed to be cut off. That caught my attention. I asked her, if the electricity's off, how are the lights turning on? She got quiet for a second, then said, "You're mistaken. The power's been shut down since the middle of September." That night, I didn't sleep at all. I sat in my living room, lights off, just watching the house through the blinds. The light didn't come on, no shadows, no knocking. But at 3:26 a.m., I got a notification on my phone. Motion detected. Front door camera. I don't have to tell you how fast my heart started racing. I tapped the alert, opened the app, and there it was, clear as day. A person standing on my porch. Except it wasn't a person. It was that same thing from the shadow. Gaunt. Its limbs were too long, its shoulders narrow. Head tilted to the left like it didn't understand what it was looking at. The worst part, it wasn't looking at the camera, it was looking through it, right at me. Then the screen glitched, went black, and when it came back, nothing. The porch was empty. I moved out a week later. I don't even care how cowardly that sounds. Something was wrong with that house. Sometimes I check the listing out of curiosity. It's still active. Price keeps dropping. Last update, they removed the interior photos from the listing. All except one. A picture of the upstairs bedroom. And if you brighten the image just enough, there's a face in the window, pressed to the glass. And it's not human.